this is the summary of the electromagnetic waves. So here are some facts. In physics, we consider some common sense. Sometimes it will appear in the examination, maybe 1 or 2 points, but just related to the items here. So we have to know what kind of electromagnetic wave we have, and their source, detector, their use, and also their typical wavelength. Also, the first one is the radio wave. So we can imagine the source is the radio, okay, and the TV transmission. And you should know that for the radio wave, we use antenna as the detector. Okay, antenna means 天線, okay. So the use and the wavelength, you can refer to the table here. And for the microwave, okay, we use the microwave transmitter and receiver to make it. And you should know that microwave, the very, very important use is radar. Okay, and then for cooking and also for communication. Okay, so these are the use for the microwaves. And the typical wavelength is 10 to the power negative 3 to 10 to the power negative 1 meter. Okay, so you can see that it is shorter than the radio waves. And then the other one is the infrared radiation. Okay, so it say that the object above negative 273 degrees Celsius, actually almost anything with the heat, then we will have the infrared radiation. So the detector is the thermometer, skin, and also phototransistor. Okay, and what is use? The use is very important. Remote control. Okay, autofocus, and also the infrared viewer we commonly use to detect the body temperature. And the wavelength range is from 10 to the power negative 6 to 10 to the power negative 3 meter. Okay, now so here, this table, we arranged all the EM waves according to their energy, according to the wavelengths, actually according to the frequency. So you should know the sequence of this. Now for the visible light, we all know, okay, and we also have one kind of detector is the CCD. Now here, the wavelength, you must remember, okay, the wavelength of the visible light is the most important. It's always appeared because we have seen a lot of questions to asking you, what is the color of the light? Okay, so it's from 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer, and the longer side is red and the shorter side is violet. Okay, so afterwards, the even shorter wavelength, okay, will be the in ultraviolet radiation. Okay, we can get it in UV lamp, and also the sun. The sun is a very strong source of UV. Okay, and one kind of detector is the fluorescent material. Okay, and what is the fluorescent material? Actually, you have seen it. Okay, have you ever seen some kind of plastic? In the daytime, you give the light to it, and then at night it will come up some green light. Okay, it's a kind of fluorescent materials. Okay, and X-ray. Okay, we have the photographic film as the detector. So that's why if we take the diagnosis, we're using the X-ray, we could get a film. And wavelength is also easy to remember, 10 to the power negative 10 meter. Okay, 10 to the power negative 10 meter. And for the gamma ray, it's come from the radioactive substance. We use the GM tube and photographic film to detect it. Okay, so what is the use for gamma ray? It can use to kill cancer cells, and it can also use to sterilization, okay, of food. Okay, so you should know that it is a very common use for gamma ray.